you actually respond to points I'm making through being a comprehensive human being?
Yeah, what's your question?
Because he keeps saying what Jesus said, right? And I literally read the red letter.
And mind you, he never used Yahweh's name. And it's good the Lord took his name out of these men's mouths, because these are false prophets. They keep using this Jesus.
Said, I challenge you to show me where Jesus said it. Now, again, when we deal with Paul's epistles, Paul's communication to the churches in which he oversaw are not Jesus' words. They're not. Just like the book of Esther.
Here we go. Now, you know what the Lord said?
Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Yonathan. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, there is a reason that the Lord gives us our arena in which to teach. Okay? In the art of war, you control the environment in which the conflict is taking place. Okay, so with us, we do our videos. We go out on the highways and hedges. That is where we conduct, for the most part, our spiritual fight when it comes to bringing out the words of God. All right? Now, somebody who isn't steered by the instructions of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they might feel compelled to go on a podcast. They might feel compelled to go on a show. They might feel compelled to be in barbershops and things like this to garner attention and to get more eyes on them. They might feel feel compelled to show up when Kyrie, tweeted a movie and they show up to the basketball game. You understand? But someone who's guided by the instructions of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we don't feel that compelling to be in the mix in that way. You understand? So first, let's go to Proverbs 1:20. All right, it reads what? Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying. So where are you going to find the actual prophets that the Lord set up? In the chief places of concourse. Let's go look up the chief places of concourse here. All right, you look up that word, chief place. All right, it says head top summit. All right, and then you look at brothers. Where are we mostly? We're downtown in the areas where there's the most foot traffic. Okay, and then you look up concourse. It says we're going to be crying aloud in the chief places of concourse. So Hama is the word. H1993. It says to cry aloud, to growl, right? To be in a stir, be in a commotion. It's enough commotion on the highways and byways. It's enough commotions, all right? When we make our lessons and people, they feel disgruntled in the spirit. There's enough eyes, there's enough publicity in the arenas in which the Lord gave. Okay? But when you go on those platforms and these people have been coming together all week trying to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about, and they're going to bring up things that have nothing to do with the big picture of what we're about. They're going to look into little minute details, things that you don't even consider because it doesn't pertain unto salvation. And you're supposed to have understanding in all things concerning the scriptures, obviously. All right, but you go in there and they start talking about, they pick out a word, or they bring up some other book and say, well, see, it says this, and in 19 so-and-so, a guy wrote this, that, and you're like, hold up, wait. What are we talking about? Then they have the authority on their platforms to mute you, to cut you off. You're in their domain. As a man of the Lord, it's just not a wise thing to do. And the Lord doesn't tell us to do that. He told us where we're going to bring out the word. You understand? So now, I want to go to Proverbs 8:1. We'll start at the top. All right, it reads, doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She cried at the gates, the entering place of cities. In ancient times, cities used to be gated And that would be where you will find the heaviest foot traffic and the prophets, because inquiry would be made of people when they're coming in the city. Hey, state your business. What are you doing here? What business do you have in this land? All right. So this is our avenue. This is our arena in the confines in which the Lord tells us to bring out the word. Right, verse 3 again. She cried at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call. And it says, O men, check that out, because the flock of the Lord's sheep are men. All right, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. All right. Now, another dilemma that you ran into with this guy, Chief Priest Alizé, right? Chief Priest. He's just like IUIC disarms you, all right, for this battle, this spiritual fight that we're in. They disarm you from the name. They send you in a battle with a dual sword. He's disarming the flock in another way. He discredits Paul, okay? He discredited Esther. He said, that's not, Jesus didn't, and he used the word Jesus. He never brings up the name Yahweh Shai on these platforms, which is also something that's strikingly strange. You know the names, and you're supposed to exalt it as a believer and as a man of God, right? He doesn't mention the name Yahweh Shai on these platforms. He doesn't go into that. All right, but nonetheless, let's read this Romans 15:4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Do you not believe that the Lord has divinely inspired particular things for us to be looked at so that we can navigate our time? Do you not believe Proverbs 20:24? Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Do you not understand how the Most High works? He works through men. You know that. And to sit there and discredit various books of the Bible, it's a very dangerous thing going into the spiritual conflict that we're going into, to be disarming yourself and the flock in that way. All right, Romans 15:4 again from the top. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. And he's stripping away the hope from his congregation and anybody that's learning from him. You understand? All right, now I got one more precept. There's a consequence for doing that as well. You go to Revelation, to the very last book, Revelation 22:18. I'm going to read it in the NLT here. Revelation 22:18, it says, and I solemnly declare to everyone who hears the words of prophecy written in this book, if anyone adds anything to what is written here, God will add to that person the plagues described in this book. Okay? If any, and then it goes on to say, and if anyone removes, and this is what Alizé is doing, and if anyone removes any of the words from this book of prophecy, God will remove that person's share in the tree of life and in the holy city that are described in this book. Okay? Very dangerous territory you see these guys stepping in. All right? So this isn't something you want to partake in, or a vibration that you want to adhere to. So with that being said, I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akar HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Could you actually respond to points I'm making to being a comprehensive human being?
Yeah, what's your question?
Because he keeps saying what Jesus said, right? And I literally read the red letter.
Now, mind you, he never used Yahweh Shai's name. And it's good the Lord took its name out of these men's mouths, because these are false prophets. They keep using this Jesus.
Said, I challenge you to show me where Jesus said it. Okay. Now, again, when we deal with Paul's epistles, Paul's communication to the churches in which he oversaw are not Jesus' words. They're not. Just like the book of Esther.
Here we go. Now, you know what the Lord said.